Brandon, how important is the Europa League for your team this season?
Yes, very important. We want to go as far as we possibly can, and this is why this is a big game for us. Our first game against Napoli, we should win, but we take 1 point. The second game we've obviously lost, so that makes this a very, very important game. And if we want to continue and go far in the competition, this is a game I think is going to be really important, especially with 2 more games to go at home.
Usually you like to rotate players. Are you going to bring any surprises this time?
No. We will pick a team to win the game, like we always do. We come off a really good performance, and we want to have that stability in the team and look to continue with that. So, but we have all our fit players here, because it's a very important game for us.
Spartak have a number of injured players. How can it help Leicester? How are you going to use it?
Well, the players that you mentioned some of those are real attacking players that have quality. But I think whatever team Spartak put out, they will be very, very competitive. For us, we have to concentrate on our own performance. Important for us, the consistency in the performance level. Throughout the remainder of the season, or since the start of the season, we've been a little bit inconsistent. But our last performance, that was over 90 minutes, and that's what we want to try and replicate. And that will be a difficult game, whatever team Spartak put out.
Do you expect Spartak to be mostly defending tomorrow, or are you also ready to be defending yourself?
I think in any game of football, it's balance, especially when you come away from home. We set out to attack the game tomorrow. We want to be aggressive in our play, in our build-up play, and our notion is always to create goals and score goals. But of course, you have to be in balance, and there's going to be moments in the game where we will be under pressure, and we have to stay calm under that pressure.
Brendan, you spoke on Saturday about how pleased you were with the level of aggression that the side showed against Manchester United. Do you see that trait being the key trigger for success for this side?
Well, it always has been, James. That's our blueprint. That's how we play, and I've always said that it's those fundamentals of how we press, how we defend, how coordinated we are, how synchronized we are. That's always been the key, because that then has allowed us to attack well and create opportunities and hopefully take those opportunities. So yeah, that mentality was back into our game, and like I said, it's still very early on in the season, and I think I've seen it in like the first game of the season against Wolves. In the first half of the game, we were excellent. It dropped off a little bit. West Ham, we were down to 10 men, and then we had other games where we were just too passive. But the international break came at a great time for us to analyse and assess where we were at this early part of the season. Then we could put in place those practices and the ideas of and reinforce really what we are about. And we've seen the result of that at the weekend.
Hi Brendan.
Hi John.
Just wanted to ask a retro question first by asking if everyone's travelled as planned, and secondly, how much more important this game is because of the new setup of the way the group progression is.
Firstly, Ayoze Perez was the only one that hasn't travelled. He's he didn't feel well last night, so we let him go through the night, see how he was this morning, and not feeling much better. So rather than take him and make him travel, he stayed at home. So hopefully a couple of days rest for him will make him right for the weekend. With regards to the new format, of course, every team's objective in the group will be to look to win the group, which takes out those extra games for you. However, the most important thing is to qualify, and that's what we aim and look to want to do.
Firstly, can I ask how Johnny Evans' foot is, and also, are you into must-win territory now, given the results in the first 2 games?
Well, we're hopeful that we'll do a session this evening, Johnny, and we're hoping that he'll be fine and come through that. Sorry, Jordan. So we're hoping that Johnny will come through that fine. He's had no sort of reaction or a bad reaction to the weekend. I think it was just cramp. We took him off. He was struggling on both legs, but he's had a couple of days recovery now, and like I said, we'll see after this evening's session. In terms of must-win territory, listen, that we see it as ourselves. We want to win every game, and if we can win the game, look to win the game tomorrow night. It puts us in a great position then, and with 2 home games remaining, I've always felt that if you get to 10 points, you won't be too far away from the top of the group. So one team has already got 6 points. So all the others have a bit of work to do, and that includes us. But we'll look forward to that. We're not frightened of the work and the challenge, and we'll look to take that on tomorrow.